Peace.
Shalom.
My name is Ameka, is Angel Natural. That's my daughter, Maisha Shashamani Devara. I've been writing since about second grade. I stopped for a while and transferred it into music, and then I came back to start writing poetry. And about this year, actually, I started doing it spoken word. And that's a brief history.
That's right. Come on up.
Okay. 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning, I'm in heavy mental like Killer Priest. Some days I want to kill a priest and bomb a church like Bob Marley. I hardly feel the same these days. What is it all for? The opening of the door to the third eye's plane. I'm such a natural mystic. These cats are undiggable. These cats stay trying to disprove my theories. They don't know equality. The mother. I'm in mourning. Why do I feel so ashamed nowadays of my theories? I've been letting these devils get to me while I've been in mourning. I remember days of traveling to 9 planets with the one who built the wall of China. Where are you? I'd find a jewel anytime our sight is connected. We've been disrespected while we were in mourning. Widows of the lost tribe of Shabazz. Someone says Shabazz will resurrect and stand perpendicular to the grave. They say I'm waiting on a mystery God. I'm waiting on perfection. Are there none perfect here? As I attempt to ascend to another realm, another dimension, this morning sickness and heavy mental weigh me down like H2O in a bucket. It seems the world is changing faster than I had imagined. Jesus is being replaced with aliens and UFO sightings. Money is being replaced with debit cards. Tokens are being replaced with Metro cards. The president is a harlot sleeping with interns. Fidel allowed Christmas in Cuba for the first time since '69. Catholicism is reiterated by the allowance of Pope John Paul III devil's visit. I've got to give America freedom of speech, because I'll probably be in jail by now for the things I spit off my pierced tongue. Home of the brave, what is the ratio of brave to cowardly? Pardon me. Could this be love? I don't know. I've been blinded and overwhelmed by this mourning. Mourning the deaths of a million soldiers. My plight is with you, for the battle is getting harder and the war is not yet won. And allies turn enemies, and lovers turn savage, and burdens turn heavy, and baby turn 10 months old, and the clock turn 9, and the planet turn once more. As men turn to men and women to women, and the household is separated, and the universe is destroyed. Galaxies are created with the same ease of breathing while having contractions of birth of induced labor and broken water, pain, like black rain and black snow with acids drawn up to the heavens which cannot escape the earth's atmosphere. Someone said I reminded them of Angela Davis. The pain is growing stronger. I must learn to take baby steps so that I may walk again. Allah, why do you draw me in, then push me away? Have I gone astray? I guess only I can answer that. No, I love you with all my mind, heart, and soul. I am all. The black woman is equality. Don't I do equally in all things? Why the need to rise above me? Completion is perfection. Why do I seek out other than him? He seems to be seeking out these days as well. Hell, flame, and inferno if these two entities miss each other again. It may take another 2 or 3 more centuries for them to find each other again. This cannot happen. The rebirth of civilization depends on it. So much weight. I guess this is what Killer Priest meant by heavy mental. What am I, superwoman, supreme being? Whispers in the wind. Cats don't understand the average day and stresses of the black woman. What's the deal? This is real. Take any job to feed the seed a meal. Break your back. No calcium in your bones. Lactose intolerant. This is my life. 20 years old, going door to door. I campaign more for less dollars as baby hollers, cause mommy ain't home. Babysitters and childcare strangers. She seems to feel alone just like me. Oh, can't you see the last food stamp has been spent? Making lunch with bread that's lent. A $22 increase on rent and $40 in the mail on the way he sent. Baby's daddy, it took me a long time to vent. When they said you see when you'll have yours, don't think I knew what they meant. It seems every day I get more and more bent. To the alcohol I seem to have a stronger tolerance. Like the wind blows the sound of sin in the ears and beats the drums. Some dumb bitches don't understand. Dogs bark, trees get pissed on, land gets shitted on, so goes the plight as the world turns. You figure out you only have one life to live and begin to search for the guiding light. While the bold and the beautiful manipulate the young and the restless. For generations it's been that same old shit. Country niggas sipping lemonade, eating fried chicken and watermelon. Dissatisfied with their state of existence, but unwilling to make a change or fight for one. The white man is your friend. Get down with him, and you'll have all you need to succeed in life. It's right. Go for it. Manipulation is the key. And yuppie white man's all you need, black sister. Do you hear the whispers in the wind of sin? In your ear that beats like the drum? Thank you.
This is a 5-page essay. In an attempt to conform, I wearily take pen to paper and write. I know not why I write this silly 5-page essay. Thesis with no substance, necessary for the many collegiate scholars who write these bullshit papers weekly. What's the real motive behind the busy work assigned to stimulated dummies in search of some higher knowledge? I remain ignorant. My age allows me to realize that the only thing of substance learned is how to get by. A youth is offered a so-called education by individuals deemed demigod intellectuals by our current common values. And here is a nigger. With advancement opportunities granted, he forgets identity, where he came from, and where he previously wanted to go. What's left for me? 400 years of oppression are far easier to forgive than to forget, but the devil forces me to try. For my choices are limited, alternatives are bleak. I'm resigned to acquiring his green gods just to survive. In an attempt to get by, I angrily take pen to paper and write. I now know why I write this damn 5-page essay. This one some of you have heard before. I call it righteous wrongdoing. I walk tall, stand firm, armed with my pleasant demeanor against all that would see me fall. I grow locks upon my head and sometimes choose to adorn my temple with a crown. I grow wiser by the day. I must, for I grow older by the day. And there are many elements that seek to separate me from my individuality, separate me from my uniqueness of thought, to conform with the group and be alone against the world. I anticipate conflict. It's become as necessary as the very air we breathe. If the story began with "they lived happily ever after," no one would ever read. Such is life. Some strive for a ledge their mind deems the culmination of existence. Some create danger within their proximity to court it with persistence. Many don't know the ledge. Many don't have the no ledge. Many don't have the knowledge. And there are many elements that seek to separate these alone against the world individuals from the opportunity to know the ledge, the danger that lies beyond, or the snake waiting to upset their balance should they turn back to question. I deal with facts. Intermingle those facts with my opinion based on assessments of past and present personal experience. I grow more experienced by the day. I must, in order to grow wiser by the day. I deal with individuals, experiencing over 100 one-on-one interactions daily, thus changing the shape, size, tone, and potential of my existence. My physical form somewhat static in comparison. And there are many elements that seek to separate me from my elasticity of thought, in an attempt to keep me from running out ahead. to keep me stuck on static. I am energy. I'm aware of my surges, whether positive or opposite. I oppose my own negative energy, thus changing the signs, turning a scowl to a smile. I view my neutral zone as slightly positive compared to society's mean, but in a mean society, this is hardly noteworthy. My positive energy is recognized by some, has a positive effect on many, yet still rejected by a few. Because there are many elements who seek to separate me from my faith in life and universal law. The yin and yang spinning as the earth does, proving that what goes around comes. People poke fun of ideas that they cannot understand and try to break down those with enough will to choose their own direction. Put attention on others to cover their own lack of introspection. Straighten up that unruly hair or you can't find employment anywhere. Be sure your attire's correct or you're bound to be disrespected. Make sure you keep your controversial ideas to yourself. Spreading thought to the general public could offend and will be dangerous to yourself and the people who may choose to hear. Make sure you hold on to insecurity and fear. There are many elements that seek to bind together one's physical appearance to one's merit. There are many elements afraid to be all that they may be for the fear of the appearance to the rest of the world. Unfortunately, many of these elements are my own.
My jungle was filled with concrete. Streets of asphalt that burn in the summer heat. Black kids that race in their bare feet. Niggas that don't give a fuck and pack a piece. Most keep toast and blaze burners that heat. Bullets that travel and unravel death in the street. Some rob, steal, kill, but only to eat. My peoples rock to sleep over bullshit beef. A tear falls from my eye, roll down my cheek. And hit the ground like shells dropped in the street. And hit the ground like blood splattered at my feet. And hit the ground like bodies dropped dead in the street. I wipe the tear from my cheek as they pull over his face a bloody sheet. And I bet you they'll never find Pistol Pete. Fuck the police, leave it up to his peeps. My jungle was filled with concrete. Streets of asphalt that burned in the summer heat. Black kids that race in their bare feet. And what do you know? Little man looks up to you, chief. A nigga that don't give a fuck and pack a piece. But he doesn't know that genocide is weak. Roll the trees and the leaf. All he sees is the money and the heat. And the respect that he gets when he hold it and speak. Dreams of a Jeep, plans for the street, and shit that school can't teach. He ain't going out cheap. Go sell the chemical to the bitch with no front teeth. The hoe selling pussy in the street. The chicken that left her chicks home with nothing to eat. Hunger pains louder than a bed frame that squeaks. Laying on the sheets as tears fall from their eye, roll down their cheeks. Little man still pumping crack in the street. His pregnant lady wants to suck his dick for a hit. He pulls out his meat. Her knees meet the concrete. Streets of asphalt that burn in the summer heat. Her baby inside trying to grow hands and feet. Don't you know that baby is what she eats? As cum slides down her throat and enters her cheek. Now she can get that hit that she seek. If we can open her womb and take a peek, her baby shaping form still incomplete. 9 months pregnant, the mother ODs. And as they pull over her face a white sheet, her baby in the maternity ward shaking like a leaf, as tears fall from his eye, roll down his cheek.
The lesbian community, also known as the well of loneliness, also known as the pit of despair, also known as the den of therapy. Never before have so many cried out to be asked, how does that make you feel? We in our flannel, and we with our cats, had given up chords and switched to Labatt's. Except for one softball player who said to me once, you know, you're not going to go to hell for drinking Coors. At the Michigan Fest, there arose such a clatter, we leapt from our tents to see what was the matter. The trans controversy. Should we let them in? They say they're women, W-I-M-M-I-N, but they weren't born women. I was born a baby myself. The Seps over here, and the Leatherdykes over there, and never the twain shall meet. Except that were it not for separatism, this festival wouldn't exist. And none of us are lesbians, so that anyone can tell us how to have sex. And for my next sermon, yes, we do have a sense of humor. And as soon as you correct your politics, we can talk about that. Meanwhile, back on the dating scene. Oh, I think I missed that part. At least it saved me money on U-Haul rentals. I did the events. I read the literature. I listened to the music. I heard the lingo. I did everything but anyone, except for a few awkward excursions. And here is what I have learned. Nothing profound, just that I'd rather be queer on a good day than straight on a bad one. And I don't know, and I don't care why.
Sweet brothers get no play. Wow. So they say, a good man is hard to find, but when he's found, he's usually left behind. We rather a brother that's quote-unquote fine, a shorty that's dime, and probably has a dime to his name, that runs up on niggas to get some fame. But the brother with the quote-unquote good job that works hard all week and wants to meet you for lunch and take you out for dinner is too sweet. You rather have a thug with britches off the ass, that a lot of people would say have no class, who buy you McDonald's when he gets the chance. Life's hard on him, and you love him. With all his faults, you see room for improvement, and are willing to stand by his side until he can do it. But brother number one, the quote-unquote sweet, can never wipe a whiz like you off her feet. He calls and calls, tries and tries and tries again. Meanwhile, you're paging the so-called hooligan, a hoodlum. And when he decides to call back, you're happy because he did. Poor brother number one, he gets no play. A sister like you wouldn't look his way. 'Cause women like you get down like MC Light and feel the need for a roughneck in your life. Brother, oh brother, she don't like him pretty. She likes what people call the scum of the city. It's the disturbed and distraught that get mathematics, that become God. For you, this is tragic. You spend your life in church, letting life pass you by, and wonder why she's attracted to the experienced guy. She knows all he needs is some love in his life, and the queen of queens can help him turn out right. No play, yet so much work. No love, damn, you keep getting jerked. Take a lesson from the brothers doing dirt. Every once in a while, loosen your tie and unbutton your shirt.